Hey everybody, Chef Blake here. Welcome back to my channel. Now, last video I showed you 3 ways on how to break down a whole chicken, and in this video I'm going to show you how to use it. Now, all the ingredients and the recipes for today are down below, so make sure you check that out. Don't forget, while you're in the description below, click that like button, subscribe, and ring the bell for notifications every time I post a new video. And with that, let's get cooking. Today we'll start off easy with a roasted chicken. Preheat your oven to 375 degrees. First, we are going to oil and season the chicken generously with some salt and pepper or whatever seasonings that you want to use. Next, we're going to heat up a pan with oil and we're going to lay the chicken skin side down so we can start with the searing, and then we're going to season the other side with salt and pepper. We want to make sure to sear all sides of the chicken so we get a nice crispy skin. Place large chunks of onion around the chicken and then do the same with whole cloves of garlic and finally whole sprigs of thyme. Throw it in the oven at 375 degrees for about 30 minutes or until it's 165 degrees internal temperature. Next, let's kick it up a notch with a chicken ballotine. As always, we'll start with a hot pan with some oil, add our onions, our garlic, salt and pepper, and then we'll add our mushrooms and then we'll start to saute that for about a minute just until it gets some nice color on it. Then we'll add a handful of spinach and we're just going to let that wilt down, and it should happen pretty quickly. Once the spinach is completely wilted, we're going to add our dried cranberries and some fresh picked rosemary, and we'll finish off with a little bit more salt. Bring the filling over to a completely deboned chicken, which you can find instructions for in my previous video, and lay the filling down in the middle of the chicken. Now before we roll this bad boy up, let's make a quick slip knot by starting with one end of the string and fold it over and around the back, leaving a small loop. Go around the back and through the end of the loop and pull. Now, roll the bird from back to front, making sure the filling stays inside. Roll it nice and tight and let's get to tying. Loop the slip knot around the front end of the bird and pull it tight. Then take the palm of your hand and make a twist with the string and loop that around the bird about 1.5 inches down. Repeat this process until you get all the way to the back. Flip the bird over and take the string and loop it through the existing string and pull it tight. Repeat the process and make your way back to the end and flip the bird over again and loop the string around the existing loops, tie it, and cut off the excess. Once the bird is tied nice and tight, we are going to season with salt and pepper and sear it on all sides. Bake it off at 375 degrees until the internal temperature reaches 165. Bring the ballotine over to a cutting board and let it rest for about 10 minutes. Cut off all the string and cut it into slices. I like to serve it with some risotto and a garnish, and I use some green onions here. Finally, we have our spatchcock chicken. We'll start out with a whole chicken with its back cut out, which you can find in my previous video, and we'll season it with some salt and pepper. Again, we'll start with heating up a pan with some oil, and we're going to lay the chicken skin side down to start getting a beautiful sear. Season the backside with salt and pepper, and throw in some onions, garlic, rosemary, and thyme, and put it in the oven at 375 degrees for about 30 minutes. Halfway through, flip it over using a couple tongs and put it back in the oven until the skin is nice and crispy and the internal temp reaches 165 degrees. And that's all there is. Now you can't have all this chicken with nothing else to go with it. Heat up a pan with oil to saute your onions, sliced garlic, and mushrooms until they get some really nice color on them. This will take about 2 minutes. And then once that's all ready to go, pour half a cup of bourbon and watch your face because it will go up in flames, or what we like to say, flambe. Next, we're going to add our arborio rice, and then we're going to saute for about 2 minutes, and we're going to let that bourbon soak down. Then we're going to add our vegetable stock or chicken stock, whatever you prefer, and we're going to continuously stir that until the stock completely reduces and is soaked up by that rice. Once that's all ready to go, hit it with some more stock, and we're going to repeat this process until the rice is completely al dente. When the rice is right where you want it to be, turn off the heat and add 2 tablespoons of heavy cream and a handful of spinach, and then it's ready to go.
Thanks for watching, everybody. I really hope you enjoyed this video. If you like this type of content, let me know in the comments section below. And while you're there, don't forget to like, subscribe, and ring the bell for notifications every time I post a new video. All right, until next time.